Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping off just an unfamiliar coordinate. Topped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red is not one trip. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, right. West side boy, maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Game recognized game. I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang is different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound. Got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron. Better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball it, block it. Trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life. Don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing. You do best not to test it. Yeah, you right. Real all in my blood supply. Dig it ball up top, finna make a play. I cast a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-sign and no co-pilot. They 10 pounds, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. I said it twice and I meant it right. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know co-sign and no co-pilot. They 10 pounds, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who's in the building early. It's good to see each and every one of you. If you can hear me okay and everything looks good on the screen, please give me a thumbs up or a radiation emoji in the chat. If you cannot hear me or things are looking bad, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face in the chat. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out to people who are in the building early, all right? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. What's good with it, Brooklyn Queen? Good to see you as always. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen for being a mod extraordinaire. Definitely appreciate. Make sure that you guys follow the instructions that she has put on the screen. Shout out to my man, Cameron Jones. What's good with it, bro? And shout out to the people ghost watching. What's good with y'all, all right? So we have the call-in show today, all right? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. We got the call-in show today, right? So hopefully people show up. I'll be there. You know what I'm saying? You guys paid for it. We'll see how it goes. All right. We'll see how it goes. All right. The call-in show today will be at 2:00 p.m. Eastern time. The links have already been posted in the Discord. Depending on if people show up, which is not a guarantee, right? I might put the link and pin it in the chat. So, people in the comment section will be able to have access to it as well. All right. So hopefully it'll be pretty good. We'll take a look at some articles. We'll discuss some things, do some Q&A, talk about price predictions and where some things might be going. And hopefully it'll be pretty fun. All right. Hopefully it'll be pretty fun. Now, if the live show, right, if the call-in show gets kind of, if it gets kind of silent and nobody's saying anything, like how the comment section in the live streams get, we're gonna cut it early because I got other things to do than just sit on a computer with nobody saying anything. You know what I'm saying? And you guys have better things to do too. So you know what I'm saying? We're gonna if that is going on, we're gonna be wrapping it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Which is sad because you guys paid for a live stream show, and the live stream call-in show will be me hosting it and callers calling in. Right, I'll be here. I'll be the one pushing the live button. I'll have the link in the chat. We'll see how the engagement goes. All right. So we're going to talk about some interesting price predictions as it pertains to Bitcoin and some other cryptocurrencies. And we're going to talk about some micro and macroeconomic factors. All right. Now, I have a question for everybody in the comment section. Bitcoin price. Will the Bitcoin price react to the inauguration? If you think that it will, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you think, what the price might be, how the bump might be. If it will not, or if it'll react negatively, give me a thumbs down and let me know why you think that and how negative do you think that it'll be? What do you think the decrease in the price would be?
We all want to believe in something. In Chinese, belief also means trust. We want to trust our systems and each other so we can build a future beyond what we know. Join us at Consensus Hong Kong, where belief becomes real.
Hello and welcome to Markets Daily, hosted by me, Jen Sanasi. On the show, we navigate the current shape of the crypto markets, providing insights against the broader financial landscape. So whether you're actively trading or just fascinated by the volatility that is the crypto markets, this show is your compass to
Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen says 150,000. I think that's a realistic guess. Yeah, I think that's a realistic guess. Maybe 125, being a little bit more conservative. It'll definitely react. It'll just be interesting to see how. Let me know if we got any more guesses.
Understanding what's happened, where we are, and where we're going. Bitcoin is back above $100,000 this morning after a short period of retreat. Since the new year, the largest cryptocurrency by market cap is in the green, and trends indicate expectations for prices to reach record highs following the inauguration of.
So they're saying that this market pattern right here is setting the stage for prices to reach record highs following the inauguration of President Trump. Shout out to Loy Sky 9 and shout out to AW1. What's good with it? All right. So anybody else got a guess? Brooklyn Queen said 150,000. I'm saying, yeah, I'll go with 150,000. I think that 150,000 is definitely possible. Maybe 125 will be a little bit more conservative, right? I don't want to disappoint myself. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you guys think. All right. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some price predictions. Shout out to Lois Guy 9. Lois Guy 9 says, bro, if alts hit higher highs from inauguration. Right. Yo, I think if Trump mentions Ripple, or if Trump mentions Cardano, or if Trump mentions HBAR, like we were talking about with the potential quote unquote tax benefits from being involved in those cryptocurrencies, that actually might do something. That actually might do something. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, please take a moment, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. And also, please share the stream to your social media.
President-elect Donald Trump on January 20th. Now, according to Amber data, over the weekend, a trader on crypto exchange Deribit spent more than $6 million purchasing the $100,000 strike call options set to expire on March 28th. This means that someone with deep pockets has serious conviction on the price going even higher. Traders are also net buyers at the $120,000 strike price, which tells us that there is anticipation of a rally that could push prices above that level.
Shout out to AW1. I don't have my phone with me. You know what I'm saying? But I know that you did. You good for it. And I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you guys please show AW1 some love. Please throw some flames, some radiation emoji, some ducks in the chat for AW1 for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate them cash apps too, because I can flip that bad boy right to Bitcoin.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Definitely appreciate it. This is actually going to be a very informative. This is going to be a very good pre-show show. All right.
The $120,000 call is the most popular option on Deribit. Now, here's a little refresher for you. A call option gives the buyer the right to buy the underlying asset at a specific price later in time. Call buyers are implicitly bullish on the market and are looking to make asymmetric gains from an expected price rally. Today, we're going to discuss what's driving this call and what it signals for the broader crypto market. Now, let's level set here. These kinds of trades don't guarantee that prices are going to hit any particular level, but they suggest that big investors are speculating on something big, a seismic shift in market dynamics that could push Bitcoin to new highs. Now, Donald Trump is returning to the White House, and there are expectations that his administration could bring more pro-crypto policies and regulations. Amber Data said on X, quote, "This trade anticipates that new highs for Bitcoin will be broken just a few months after Trump officially takes office," end quote. There's a reason that the crypto market is paying such close attention to Trump's inauguration. For starters, you'll remember his campaign hinted at deregulation and policies that could make life easier for crypto companies. And I have to say, it is too early to know what his administration's actual stance will be, but even the possibility of a pro-crypto environment has sparked major bullish sentiment. Regulated cryptocurrency index provider CF Benchmarks said in an annual report that a restructured SEC under pro-cryptocurrency leadership could reduce enforcement risks and foster innovation. The report added that the changes coupled with streamlined compliance requirements could enhance investor confidence. So what does this mean for investors? Now, it is possible we could see new all-time highs on the horizon, but there are some things to consider. First, don't let the headline numbers fool you. New all-time highs sounds very exciting, but markets are unpredictable. Instead of getting caught up in the hype, focus on your long-term strategy.
I would agree. That if you ask me, that's great advice. If you ask me, that's great advice. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Carlton. What's good with you, bro?
Second, keep an eye on key developments from Trump's administration. If we see concrete pro-crypto policies, that could provide real lasting support. And finally, make sure you're managing your risk and not putting in more than you can afford to lose. That is a wrap for Markets Daily today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, subscribe to the CoinDesk Podcast Network. That is available on all podcast platforms. And if you prefer to watch us, we are on YouTube. Hit subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Thanks again for coming on this journey with me, and we'll see you tomorrow.
So now let me ask you guys this question. When it comes to your calendar and your schedule, how many people are keeping track of milestones on a 360-day rolling basis to have an alarm set so that when the same day in the next year comes up, you're able to take a look at what's going on today versus what was going on that same day last year or a couple years from now? If you guys are doing that, give me a thumbs up. If you're not, then give me a thumbs down.
Crypto president now, right? He's actually gone on television and spoken at events saying he wants to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve. We've got companies following the US MicroStrategy playbook, adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. We've got a pro-crypto SEC chair nominee in Paul Atkins. We've got pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin Secretary of Commerce nominee Howard Lutnick from Cantor Fitzgerald, whose company owns about 5% of Tether. So the headwinds that we had or still have under this administration are quickly turning into tailwinds under a Trump administration, and the market obviously sees that. Bitcoin was effectively a beach ball underwater for 4 years, probably to the upside of 50.
I would say longer than that. If you guys would agree, it was longer than that crypto was a quote-unquote beach ball underwater. Then throw some angry faces in the chat. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. What's good with it, bro? Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, man, nothing much. I'm just trying to build me a strategic CAW reserve. Yeah, we got a couple strategic reserves that we building. You know what I'm saying? We about to be guppies and minnows out here. You know what I'm saying? Making little pebble splashes. Making little pebble splashes that actually end up looking like nukes.
50% just because of this kind of legal, market overhang.
Bill, where are the retail investors, though? Because an industry tracker has looked at the activity from the retail traders of crypto and Bitcoin. They're saying, look, the activity recorded is the lowest now in Bitcoin for 53 days, dating back to early November. Is the price too high for retail investors? Is 100K just too toppy?
So we saw massive ETF inflows in the United States up until basically 10 days ago, right? Throughout the entire year after.
Now, let me ask you guys this question, and I want to know what you guys actually think. Why is it that when people discuss Bitcoin in terms of price, they say the price is quote unquote too high? You can divide Bitcoin infinitely for the most part. So since you can divide Bitcoin infinitely for the most part, there's not really any quote unquote price constraint on it. It's just packaged in a unit. It's like if you go to the store and you want to buy a computer, if you look at a crate of computers that comes on a pallet, nobody says this crate of computers costs too much, so I'm definitely not buying this laptop. Nobody does that. So my question is, why do they do it with Bitcoin? Does that make sense?
The SEC in the U.S. approved the ETFs. A significant percentage of those went to 401ks, U.S. investments products, IRAs, other U.S. investment products that could now basically invest in Bitcoin directly, via those structured products. And clearly, the markets have started to take some profits end of year across the board. Bitcoin tends to act as kind of a levered bet on market liquidity. And clearly, there were some post-Fed concerns around market liquidity. However, I would also remind you that, right, the amount of Bitcoin that is available for trading is diminishing, right? So if you look at long-term holdings of Bitcoin, they've been on the rise steadily for a long time, and the ETFs and MicroStrategy have exacerbated.
So he says that the long-term holdings of Bitcoin have been on the rise for a while. What does that mean? What that means is that people see value in their Bitcoin and cryptocurrency holdings, and because they see value in them, they're keeping them and not selling them for their value to the market. So the more people buy their cryptocurrency and hold it like they're supposed to, like the instruction manual says, right? It's going to create even more of a supply constraint, in addition to the difficulty adjustment on the BitChain network and the block reward being halved, right? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to AW1. AW1 says, yo, Rob, do you use all of your Cash App donations on crypto? Anytime I receive any money on Cash App, regardless if it's for YouTube or regardless of if it's I bought lunch at work and everybody pays me back on Cash App, any money that goes to Cash App automatically gets flipped to Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? Cash App is really, for real, all I do on Cash App is buy stock and flip Bitcoin. That's it.
So on the one hand, the amount of Bitcoin available is going to continue to dwindle, right? Because there will never be more than 21 million. But there's going to be a global race to the bottom in parallel for these global currencies, as you've all talked about, right? I mean, everybody's trying to push their currency down. The U.S. is likely to lose that race. The DXY may continue higher, but still we're going to see massive liquidity injections as governments try to, particularly the U.S. tries to reset interest rates. Although it hasn't been successful yet, I think it's going to be partially successful next year. So all of these, in my opinion, are further tailwinds for Bitcoin and the crypto space.
So what do you guys think about that? Now, mind you, what's interesting about that particular video was that was a video from CNBC. That was a video from CNBC. That was painful for him. That was definitely painful. So let me ask you guys this question. Is Bitcoin still above $100,000 right now, or has it gone down to 90,000? I was kind of interested looking at the chart this morning because it was damn near a straight line. It was damn near a straight line. Did you guys notice that? For a while, it was almost parallel with the x-axis. Everything else started to go down, and Bitcoin stayed parallel with the x-axis. I thought that was very interesting. I think that might be the start of a new trend.
Above $100,000. And Blockworks co-founder Jason Yanowitz shares his
Shout out to
outlook
AB
for the
Promotions.
crypto
What's
space
good with it,
in
bro?
2025. Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel.
Hey. Shout out to crypto.com. Shout out to crypto.com sponsoring. Now get your customer service right.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Crypto markets on the rise this morning to kickstart the week. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin jumped 4.25% to the $102,000 level, its first time above 100K since the middle of December. Ether rose 2.33% to $37.10, and XRP climbed 3% to $2.44. All right, jumping into our main story, I spoke with Jason Yanowitz, co-founder of the digital assets media firm Blockworks. We spoke about his outlook for the crypto space in 2025. All right, Jason, thank you so much for joining me on Crypto World today. A really exciting year ahead, probably, if the post-election rally is any indication. And one trend that we, keep hearing about, obviously, is adoption. So what do you think Bitcoin adoption in 2025 is going to look like? And are you looking more to the institutions or to the retail side?
I think both are important. So first off, thank you for having me. I think it's important not to overthink what has happened in the last 90 days, right? There's the single greatest takeaway that I think anyone can have is that the US is the most important capital market in the world, and the US is now favorable towards crypto, right? Really, for the first time in history, we've been building Blockworks for this is our 8th year now, and it's the first time that the US has ever been favorable towards crypto. So when you start to think about adoption,
AW1, man.
I think there's probably two ways to
shout out to AW1 for hitting the cash app again, man. He helping y'all hit that goal. Definitely appreciate it. Help me hit that goal. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely flipped into Bitcoin strategic reserves. Make sure y'all show my man AW1 some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for AW1 for funding the organization. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Shout out to Lehman Lucas. What's good with it, bro? Good to see you as always.
Look at this. There's the institutional adoption and the kind of more consumer and product-led adoption. On the institutional side, 2024 was a year like none other. There's probably more institutional adoption last year than any of the past 15 years of the industry combined, right? BlackRock, Visa, Franklin Templeton, Fidelity, the Bitcoin ETFs, the Ethereum ETFs, et cetera. And then on the consumer side, we saw stablecoins grow by orders of magnitude in the last couple of years. So yeah, it is an exciting time to be in the industry.
And shout out to everybody that's watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you all being here. Hopefully you guys are getting some value and some good information out of this. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please help me out. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, if you're new, hit the bell, subscribe to the channel, and also please share the stream to your social media.
Any particular trends on the product side that you're watching? Last year for us at least, it was very centered around institutions and the ETFs coming out, and then the conversation around the regulatory environment towards the rest of the year. We're talking about, are we going to see Bitcoin in more retirement accounts? But on the innovation front, it seems like every time we do go through this bull run, there is something on the innovation and product side that comes out, be it Coinbase, be it Ethereum. You mentioned stablecoins, which I do want to talk about a little bit more later, but is there an emerging trend on the product and innovation side that you have been watching?
I think, outside of stablecoins, if you want to touch on that later, the biggest thing is just on a macro level inside of the industry, there are now, for the first time ever, real businesses being built on chain, right? So if someone's not super familiar with the industry, for the first time ever, these protocols, which kind of feel like these weird esoteric things, are now generating real financials, right? They have P&L statements that look like real businesses. They have financials, there's revenue, there's expenses. And I think that it's clear that we can say for the first time ever, on-chain is the new online, right? You used to say maybe 20 years ago, oh, look, one of those internet businesses. Now it's just a business. And today we say, look, one of those weird crypto businesses. And I think tomorrow it'll just be a business. So if you're looking at big trends, stable coins and kind of real world like payments adoption, I would say is a big one. DPIN is definitely going to be a big one. And then I think the broad set of consumers in at least the United States are starting to get a little bit fed up with the big tech conglomerates and the big tech giants, the Facebooks and Instagrams and Metas Googles of the world. And I think you'll start to see SocialFi become one of the big trends of 2025.
Talk to me about this idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve at the federal level. Its existence isn't really in contention, I think, in the same way as other networks and cryptocurrencies have been under the current regulatory regime. So what, I mean, beyond watching the Bitcoin price go up, to what extent do you think that changes around that theme in Washington matter for Bitcoin? It seems like Bitcoin has already been de-risked,
Yeah.
Shout out to my man, Vincent Harper. What's good with it, bro? Wait until you guys see this next article. Y'all are about to be like, wow.
I would say it's incredibly important. So it's not the most important thing, right? We already, we have a pro-crypto president for the first time in history. We also, outside of Trump, we obviously have or other aspects of Washington. We have
Now, I want to ask you guys this question, right? Because these are things that people need to pay very close attention to. What goes into price predictions? What are the variables and the situations and the numbers that people look at to create these quote-unquote price projections? Why am I asking that? I'm asking that to ask this. How many people would be able to set up an equation where you put the target per token price as the end and you solve the equation on the other side of the equal to see exactly what variables fit in order to get a token to the target price? Why am I asking that? I'm asking that to ask this. Based on numbers only, do you all know the amount of money that's necessary for each token to get to its desired per token price? And do you know how to calculate that? If you guys do, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down.
Pro-crypto Congress for the first time in history. We elected 278 pro-crypto folks to the House and 20 pro-crypto folks to the Senate. But on the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, so what this means is that
Now, I want people to pay very close attention. Do you guys see the flood of legislation? Do you guys see the flood of pro-crypto government representatives that are flooding into the White House under a Trump presidency? When a politician is, quote-unquote, looking to do something for you, this is what it looks like. Take notes. Everything that's going on here with cryptocurrency, if people are advocating for political policy and you have a win, this is what a win looks like. This here is what a win looks like. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
we are going to use, at least the proposal set out by Senator Lummis, is to use existing funds at the Fed and at the Treasury to purchase 1 million Bitcoin. That's not $1 million of Bitcoin. That's 1 million Bitcoin. That would make us the largest nation state holder of Bitcoin. It would make us, it would give us about 5% ownership of the entire network.
Here's my question. Where are these million Bitcoin coming from that the United States thinks are just magically going to be sitting there waiting for it? Where are the million Bitcoins coming from that the United States thinks that it's going to magically have access to? Once this cascading domino effect event takes place and there becomes a Bitcoin race, a Bitcoin Cold War, the Bitcoin War 2.0, which, shout out to me, right? I said that a while ago. People now saying it, right? What's going to happen? Shout out to AW1. AW1 said, yo, Rob, I hope that you get what you want out of crypto. It's too late, bro. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. Now I'm just doing it because I enjoy crypto. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't get out. It's too late. I didn't get what I wanted out of crypto. You know what I'm saying?
Which might sound crazy to folks, but it's actually on par with kind of our total share of the entire gold supply in the market. So if you look at Polymarket today, there's about a 29.
Let me ask you guys this question. Shout out to AW1 because AW1 brings up a good point. What did I want out of crypto? Anybody's welcome to answer. What was my mission and vision with crypto? Somebody let me know. Shout out to Tomfoolery showing love again. Make sure y'all show Tomfoolery some love, directing the traffic. Appreciate you, bro.
9 to 30% chance that the U.S. government actually launches this strategic reserve. And I think if you look at this kind of 30% odds, that
what my goal was, what I wanted people to do with the cryptocurrency was to be able to utilize it as a hedge to deal with the accelerating racial wealth gap and possibly close it. That was what I wanted out of crypto. And I didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? That was what I wanted out of crypto. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Just like Bitcoin, I've made a difficulty adjustment and created other goals, you know what I'm saying, to occupy my time with.
This happens, Bitcoin's trading at around $100,000 today. I think if the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve actually got put into place, you'd quickly see Bitcoin shoot up to prices around 200,000, 250,000. And it wouldn't be the first time, right, that the U.S. government had held Bitcoin. I think we hold around 200,000 Bitcoin today. So I think that at the federal level, that's really interesting. And then I think you'll start to see it at the state level as well, right? Pennsylvania just introduced an act that could allow them to invest 10% of their state's treasury into Bitcoin. Michigan and Wisconsin now hold crypto on their balance sheet, in their pensions.
Shout out to Flyman Hits. Shout out to Flyman Hits for subscribing to the channel. Make sure y'all show Flyman Hits some love. Appreciate it, bro. Make sure y'all show Tom Foolery some love too for you know what I'm saying, redirecting the traffic too. Definitely appreciate you, bro, because he ain't got to do that, and he do. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Next time he live, if I'm live and I got to redirect, you know what I'm saying, I see him on the redirect, I'm going to throw my traffic over there. Shout out to Lehman Lucas. Lehman Lucas says, next time, Rob. I don't know, man. Is there a next time? You know what I'm saying? The whole idea was to get people onto this with early adoption and try to slow things down before 2053. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's a next time. I think this is a terminal halt, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? But wishful thinking, right? Shout out to you, bro. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't shown Lehman Lucas some love, make sure you guys show Lehman Lucas some love for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Definitely appreciate it, bro.
Florida's not far behind that. So I think the kind of nation state game theory is actually starting to play out, and you've got this kind of scarce asset, insane demand, and I think folks can start to do the math on what happens next.
So now, as far as this game theory thing goes, right, this is my question about the game theory. How long will it be before the Bitcoin race, the global Bitcoin race, depletes the Bitcoin supply? Or here's an even better question. Is the Bitcoin supply already depleted and people just aren't talking about it? Which one? Somebody let me know.
What's your outlook for Ether? And how does that token break away from the narrative that it sort of suffered in 2024, really lagging behind tokens on competitive networks? There were questions around use cases, which was a funny thing to me, because for all of the debate around whether Bitcoin is a risk asset or store of value, it seemed that there was a while there where investors could more easily wrap their heads around the case for ETH. And then during the summer doldrums there, that just kind of went out the window. So a lot of room for a comeback here in 2025 for ETH, I would think. What do you think?
I think ETH could have a really interesting year. So ETH kind of sits in the middle between these two networks, right? Bitcoin is the store of value network. Solana has become kind of this fast blockchain that can enable a lot of consumer use cases. But what people forget, because Ethereum's price hasn't moved as much as the other two, is that Ethereum still commands a lot of the assets that are stored on blockchains are still stored on on Ethereum. And Ethereum has this very wide network of what are called layer twos, right? Coinbase decided to build their blockchain called Base on Ethereum. There's Arbitrum, there's Optimism, there's Polygon. These are all built on top of Ethereum. So I think the thing, there's people in the industry oftentimes like the new.
Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you know how people say Bitcoin represents nothing? How many people have ever said, well, when you have Bitcoin, you just have air, you have nothing, you just have digits, you have nothing? How many people would agree that that's a true statement? They say that you can't equate anything physical to the value of Bitcoin. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Charles Cole. Charles Cole said, Tom Foolery sent me here, and I hate digital coin. You hate it? What'd it do to you? Shout out to PJ Allen. What's good with you, bro? So I want to know, if people say Bitcoin represents nothing, it has no value, there's nothing physical attached to the value of Bitcoin, what's the response to that? Does anybody have a response? I know Charles Cole got a response because he hate digital coin. So give us the hate response. Give us something. Somebody give us something. Black Free Thinker said, I need a whole lot of nothing then. But is it actually nothing? If you surrender and start discussing things in false terms that people try to use, right? You're kind of giving them a leg up that they don't deserve. Nobody has an explanation. Charles, give us. Why do you hate crypto? Let us know. Let us know why you don't like crypto. So let me ask you guys this: nobody in the chat can associate any type of physical value, any type of hardcore, tangible object to Bitcoin. So what this is saying is that the people in the chat, shout out to the people in the chat, everybody who hasn't said anything, you guys actually believe the Bitcoin critics that it isn't attached to any type of physical value. Is that true? You guys stuck? You all right? Everybody okay in here? Somebody breathe. Somebody breathe. You know what I'm saying? Charles said, I bought Bitcoin years ago when my PC got stolen with a flash drive still in it. You probably got hella Bitcoin on there. You better find that computer, bro. AB Promotion says a house. Frozen says Bitcoin absorbs all the debt surrounding it, correct? Well, here's my thing, right? I would agree with what Frozen said. Bitcoin absorbs all the debt surrounding it. What is the value then? Shout out to Flyman Hits. Flyman Hits says it's an asset. It's a storm of value. Charles Company says it's just a form of fiat. Now, let me ask you this question, Charles. Does fiat currency, right? And you know, that's an interesting way to put it. And, you know, that would be a discussion, right? That would be a discussion. Is Bitcoin fiat? Because I could see cases where people would say that it's fiat. So I wouldn't entirely disagree with that, right? But the question is, what is the physical value associated with Bitcoin? What I'm getting at is that critics of Bitcoin believe that there's no physical value associated with it. And even some people who invest, or some people who hold, or some people who use Bitcoin kind of are not necessarily sure of what physical value can be associated with Bitcoin. Why does Bitcoin cost so much money? Why is it so expensive? Shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button, please do me a favor. Take a moment. Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment. Hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says, because man assigned value to it. I don't necessarily know if that's true or not. I don't know if I can say that man assigned value to it. Shout out to Charles Company. Charles Company said, I worry about the next Sam Bankman-Fried. Me too, because I need to know which coin's going to crash so I can buy them up. Frozen said Bitcoin is used as a hedge. Yes, facts, it is. But I want to know what... Flyman Hits is on to something. Throw some flames in the chat for Flyman Hits. Doesn't it take energy to mine? It takes energy and other things, right? That you can show somebody, that you can touch, that you can walk into and feel the heat and hear the fans. Those things that you can walk into and show the heat and feel the fans are some of the most powerful computer networks on the planet. More powerful than Google, Amazon, and Meta. A worldwide computer network that has the most constant electrical use and computing power going nonstop 24 hours of any mechanical network known to man. Bitcoin has a historically powerful hash rate and a historically powerful network. Because it has a historically powerful hash rate and a historically powerful network, the product that it produces is exponentially expensive. Bitcoin is completely optimized in all forms, shapes, and fashion of what it does. You don't get anything. No, if you own Bitcoin, you own a part of the Bitcoin network. If you own Bitcoin, you own a part of the world's biggest supercomputer. It's the same way where if you own a mine, you own part of that mine. Bitcoin is property, plant, and equipment. The Bitcoin network is plant and equipment. So when someone says, what do you buy with your Bitcoin? What do you get with your Bitcoin? All you have to do is just show them all of the intricate layers of networking, mining, software, energy use, computing power that go into Bitcoin. This is part of the proof of work model. So when people say you don't get anything for your Bitcoin, that's not true. A piece of Bitcoin represents a piece of ownership of the Bitcoin network, the most powerful computer network ever created, the fastest, hardest working computer network ever created, that services global demand 24/7, and you own a piece of the mine. You own a piece of the mine. There's your physical value. That's not air. That's not nothing. Part of that is zeros and ones, but other parts of it are massive investments in NVIDIA graphics processors, high-speed fiber optic cable networks, all dedicated 100% to solving Bitcoin blocks and transacting Bitcoin transactions. You own part of that. It's yours. And as long as you hold your Bitcoin, you and all of your successors will always be the people who, quote unquote, own Bitcoin. We own Bitcoin. Oh, you got to look the tokens on Coinbase. No. You see that giant building over there that has $5 million worth of computer software and computer hardware in it? We own that. You see this record hash rate? We own that. Do you feel all this heat and exhaust coming out of this building because it takes a wind energy generation to run this thing? Do you feel the wind on your face that's processing this Bitcoin? We own that. All of that is Bitcoin. Shout out to Fantizzy. I will, bro. Definitely appreciate it. Bro, you should join the Discord. Throw that in the Discord. So now, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't disagree. Charles says Bitcoin is like crude oil and the server farms are like oil rigs. A new model owner who is switching to Bitcoin server farms. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't disagree with that. And so this is when people say, well, you don't get anything with Bitcoin. Yes, you do. You get all of the value associated with the work that network puts in. Bitcoin's price is proof of work. Bitcoin's network quality is proof of work. On all dimensions, in any measurement, everything in any reflective surface that Bitcoin is looked at, it is all proof of work. High price, high quality, high volatility, always working, always on, 24/7, global. Perfectly efficient. Perfect efficiency. From the highest quality, hardest working hardware, the most secure, complicated software, and the most pure value assigning algorithm. That's what you own. There's nobody that can deny that. These are undeniable facts. All you got to do is read the Bitcoin white paper. It'll tell you this stuff. So when people say you don't get anything with Bitcoin, that's not true. You get more with Bitcoin than you get with anything else. With Bitcoin, you get multi-dimensional perfect efficiency. Pick one. Computer network. Asset valuation. Security. Software. Energy use. Pick one. That's what you get with Bitcoin. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Anything, but I think Ethereum is set up for a really interesting year, especially if they can start to change, get a little bit more product focused and a little more focused on the applications that are building on top of the network instead of just the core underlying.
Now, let me ask you guys this question: how many people pay for internet? I do. I'm paying for internet that I'm using right now to do this live stream for you guys, right? Nobody's ever criticized me and said, well, you don't own the internet. You don't own it. Why are you paying for it? You don't hold it in your hand. It's just digital. It's just zeros and ones. With the internet, I don't own any of the terminals. A lot of times they don't even let you own your Wi-Fi box. And in a lot of cases, it's not perfect 100% high grade, high efficiency equipment. But it's normal. Go ahead and pay for it. And it makes more sense to quote unquote buy the internet that you actually don't get to own instead of owning an actual piece of the Bitcoin network. We pay for the internet to lease the internet. We lease bandwidth. There's no leasing of bandwidth on Bitcoin. It's just maximum bandwidth at all times. Nobody holds the internet at home in their hand. But it's just understood, pay for internet. Okay, well, put it in my hand. You can put the internet in somebody's hand. You can put the modem in their hand. You can put the phone in their hand. The same way you can go to the Bitcoin mining facility and put your hand on it. Except for the difference is that some of the stuff, if you go outside and put your hand on your cable box, you don't own that. You can go outside and put your hand on the Bitcoin network and say, I own a piece of this. This is why it's so expensive. And again, it's just another example of the double standards that are always applied to Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually makes the most sense in its ownership model, and people say you don't get anything. When you buy Jordans, you buying shoes that are allegedly high quality, but they're not, and they're made at sweatshops, and they're low quality, low grade material, but you're paying the highest price. Bitcoin, you're paying the highest price for the highest quality materials and the highest quality asset. You're actually getting high quality asset. Let me ask you this question. What part of anything that you get with Bitcoin is quote unquote leased? What part of anything with Bitcoin that you get is not under your 100% total ownership? What part of Bitcoin do you have to give back at the quote unquote end of the agreement, or if you terminate your contract? When you sell Bitcoin, and that's just it. It's over with. The way a divorce should be, right? Not necessarily with a cable company. You got to return the equipment. If there's damage, they may charge you. You're getting charged a lot already if you sell your Bitcoin. You may not know it, but in opportunity cost, you're getting charged a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's a fair value, though. So my question is, when it comes to Bitcoin, why is there the double standards on it? Why is it that people take completely different standards and apply them to Bitcoin, and they don't apply them to other things? Somebody make it make sense. Yes, there is. Yes, I will say it. I'll stand on it. I'll say it to anybody. There is physical, tangible, hardcore value associated with ownership of the Bitcoin network. You can put it in your hand. Yes, you can. Yeah. Shout out to Fantizzy. I gotta agree. If you guys agree with Fantizzy, throw some flames in the chat. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. Fantizzy says, folks fear what they don't know. Yeah, which is wild. Don't get me started. That goes down a whole rabbit hole, bro. But that's facts.
Structure.
Let's go back to stablecoins. What are you expecting to see this year? Historically, I'd say stablecoins are used for trading more than anything else, and you and I know that that's just not true. There are several other.
And shout out to everybody watching, man. I really appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. We got 26 people watching, and we got 20 likes. If everybody could take a moment and hit that like button, if we get 6 more likes, we could get to the 1-to-1 ratio. And let's try to get the likes to 46.
Reasons to use stablecoins. I think that they are growing use cases. So do we get away from that trading narrative a good amount this year?
Yeah, I think stablecoins are the most interesting thing in crypto right now. And it seems a little bit boring, right? Moving dollars onto a blockchain. But if you start to look at the data, it gets really interesting. So stablecoin transaction volume in 2020 was 550 billion. Last year, it was 5.5 trillion, right? So we 10x'd in the last 4 years. If you look at transactions in 2020, there were about 80 million transactions, stablecoin transactions. Last year, 1.25 billion, right? So that's a 16x in 4 years. And then the total supply of stablecoins has grown from 10 billion in 2020 to 200 billion, where we're sitting at around today, which is a 20x in 4 years. And the reason for this is the world spends more than $55 billion on remittances today. So you talked about stablecoins. The last couple of years are primarily just used for trading on exchanges and things like that. I think what stablecoins will start to do is cut away at this 55 billion that we globally spend. That's kind of just what I would call waste spent on payments. 55 billion on remittances. Sending $200 internationally costs on average for each person 6.5%. So stablecoins wipe out that 55 billion on remittances. They bring the 6.5% spend down to less than 1%. So I think that's probably one of the largest impacts that the industry will have on the rest of the world is stablecoins. And I think you can start to see it in the market is waking up to this, right? Stripe acquired a stablecoin company called Bridge for over $1 billion. Stablecoins are now one of the 20 largest buyers of U.S. Treasuries in the world, behind.
Shout out to DSA. DSA says, so do you think Bitcoin will ever depreciate? Yeah, absolutely. Bitcoin has depreciated. It's depreciated multiple times. Yeah, absolutely. It might, matter of fact, they're talking about it might depreciate in about 100 days. There might be a price correction, and it might go down to 60,000, or it might go down to 80,000. Things depreciate, and then they appreciate. Depreciation is a good thing because that's when you get the opportunity to buy it while it's low. Hold on to it until the appreciation, and then you either flex on them, right, or take off profits. But if you like me and you don't sell your crypto, then you're not taking off no profits. You're just holding it. But yeah, I don't think that there's anybody who would disagree that Bitcoin can depreciate, right? But here goes the thing. Bitcoin has short-term depreciation. So if you look at the chart on a long-term basis, you're not going to see any depreciation. You're going to see a 45-degree angle that goes straight, or that creates a right triangle, right, on both sides of the graph that shows a constant 65% increase in growth, right? That's if you look at a chart on the long term. If you look at short periods of time, you will see short periods of time with volatility. Each of those volatilities is depreciation. Every time it goes up and comes down, that's a depreciation. Everything depreciates. And honestly, I don't think that there's anybody who is a Bitcoin advocate or anybody who's a cryptocurrency advocate. I don't think that there's anyone who would explain that any different than how I explained it. Because it does depreciate. Like every asset depreciates. There's risk. There's risk associated with assets. They consider it risk, right? So there's not very many assets that are not risky. And if an asset is not risky, it's not really going to bring you a large amount of return. It'll bring you a stable return, which a stable return may not be what's appropriate for your financial goals. Stable returns can help with leverages in some cases, but you also need volatility for leverage in some cases. And Michael Saylor exploited that with Bitcoin, right? But people tend to ask, like, and I'm not saying you're doing this, DSA, right? But people will ask like a question as if it's a one-hitter quitter, right? And people do that all the time. Well, does it depreciate? Yes. Now, here's the thing, right? If you ask me, based on human buying behavior, people tend to not buy Bitcoin because it doesn't depreciate in the same way that other assets do. I'm going to tell people something about themselves. Most people in the world opt to buy rapidly depreciating assets over long-term appreciating assets. Most people have bought more cars than Bitcoin. And most people have kept those cars throughout their entire depreciation and sold them at a loss. No one has a problem with it. You have a bad 3 or 4 months with Bitcoin, never buy it again. And then it doubles next year. Again, the Bitcoin standard is very odd when it comes to people and when it comes to humans. And what it shows is that the average human being cannot rationalize. The average human being has no rational faculties. The average human being will say, I can't buy Bitcoin because it's volatile, and then drink and drive. The average human being will say, I can't buy Bitcoin because it's volatile, but let me go play my numbers today, which is more volatile than Bitcoin. I need all my assets to appreciate. I just bought this new $40,000 car. This is what people do. I'm not trying to be funny, but I think one of the things that people don't like about Bitcoin is that Bitcoin punks people. Bitcoin punks assets. Bitcoin is the great revealer. Bitcoin says, you ain't really worth that much. Let me get that up off you. Let me get that value up off you. Gold market cap, you ain't really worth that much. Let me get that up off you. That's what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin rides through the industry looking for enemies. And everybody be like, oh, I hope Bitcoin don't come around because we about to depreciate about 15, 20%. Because Bitcoin is going to come and strip away all the nonsense. Bitcoin is not going to destroy the United States dollar. The United States destroyed the United States dollar. Bitcoin didn't do anything to the United States dollar other than stand as a pure, true asset next to a fake, next to a phony, next to a flimsy. What Bitcoin did was stood as a pit bull next to the US dollar chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? The Doge and the Shiba even stand up better to the US dollar. You know what I'm saying? Than the US dollar. But the United States dollar was constructed and made to be exactly what it is. Bitcoin was constructed and made to be exactly what it is. And what it shows is that Bitcoin's construction is more solid and has more integrity than the United States dollar, which again reflects in the price, reflects in the value, reflects in the purification. You know what I'm saying? If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. That's what Bitcoin does. People think that there's this thing about Bitcoin dominance in the cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is just riding its time. It's just buying its time in the cryptocurrency. Eventually, Ethereum will be the #1 cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin will ascend to a level so far it won't even be discussed as a cryptocurrency anymore. It'll be something different. And people will forget that Bitcoin was hanging out with the little fellas in the crypto markets, just like people forget that Bitcoin used to be a G, and you could buy and do any type of crime with Bitcoin. Charleston White missed that part. Bitcoin has evolved and it's going to continue to evolve. And that's what happens when you have the hardest working computer network behind you. You can rapidly evolve. It's part of Moore's law, the economic model that talks about transistors doubling as the size gets smaller. Your Bitcoin is literally a real world application of Moore's law in real time. People ain't gonna like this, you know what I'm saying? But like Bitcoin next to the dollar, that's like Nas next to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Nas to Bitcoin. I had to say that because I just seen AV Promotions comment. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lehman Lucas. Lehman Lucas says sounds crazy, but makes a lot of sense. So shout out to Lehman Lucas. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show Lehman Lucas some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Lehman Lucas for funding the organization. Now, check this out. Before I hit the drop, here's my question. What sounds crazy? What out of anything that I have said is inconsistent with reality? Somebody let me know. Now, and I don't think I'm coming at you, Lehman, because you know I'm not. I'm just asking because I agree. A lot of people will be like, yo, you sound crazy. But I'm not. I don't sound crazy. How many cars have people bought throughout their lifetime? People have opted to buy a depreciating asset, and sometimes now they don't even buy the depreciating asset. They actually pay more for it through a lease and don't even get to own it, and they opt and choose to do it, and they've done it multiple times. These same people have never bought a Bitcoin and say that they're only about value-added purchases. I guarantee you that the Bitcoin network is worth more than all the cars that people have bought. Shout out to you, bro. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all show Lehman Lucas some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Lehman Lucas for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
Shout out to AB. AB said, I still rock with Charleston White. Charleston White said, you can't buy no pudding with Bitcoin. Yeah, actually, you can. They've been to go check the blockchain. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe like early like 2010. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, I think that might be one of the reasons why. I think that's one of the reasons why people are adverse to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is one of the first mechanical mechanisms, one of the first computerized, computer-generated mechanisms that really x-rays right through the human psyche and clarifies it right to your face. You think this stuff is worth so much? You're dumb. It's not. Let me fix it for you. Now I'm worth $100,000, and this is only worth $5. This is how it's actually supposed to be. It's made with junk. It's not an efficient system. Shout out to Bronze God. What's good with you, bro? It's not an efficient system. This money here isn't backed by anything. My Bitcoin network that backs and energizes me is more powerful than any computer that the United States may possibly have, and is peer-to-peer network and shared governance by anybody who's involved in a network. I think that people don't realize how dire like the baseline situation is for people. Humanity is getting exposed. Humanity's not as smart as we like to believe we are.
And in front of some of the largest nations in the world. And so stablecoins are not only helping drive payment costs down, but they're actually exporting dollars through this form of buying treasuries and exporting them to the entire world. So very interesting to see what happens with stablecoins.
All right, so very interesting to see what happens with stablecoins. XRP has come out with their own stablecoin, and I'm curious as to what that'll do to the value of Ripple. All right. So now there's starting to be whispers of a severe Bitcoin supply shock. Now, let me ask you guys this question. When the supply shock is confirmed, my question for you guys is, what's going to happen? What's going to happen to the price? Show me all of the events that'll take place when the supply shock is confirmed or when the supply shock is realized. And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. Bitcoin exchange supply breaks equilibrium. What does that mean? Whales scoop up 240,000 Bitcoin. What they doing with it? Where they taking it? We're gonna look at all these over here too. We got time. You know what I'm saying? Where they going with it? Where they taking the Bitcoin? They said the whale scooping it up. And the exchanges are on equilibrium. On-chain data shows the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory, which had been stuck in consolidation earlier, has finally started following a new trajectory. Okay. Bitcoin spot exchange supply has seen a sharp plunge recently. Now, mind you, no countries have started buying yet. Look at this. Dogecoin jumps 20%. Remember, never forget, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. Never forget, Dogecoin outperforms Bitcoin. Shout out to my man Frozen, man. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure you guys show Frozen some love. We're getting close to that goal. You see them goals up there? Definitely trying to hit them. Shout out to Frozen. Frozen says the only way to survive as an investor in the crypto space is to go into it with an open mind, forsaking 90% of what you taught to believe about finances and wealth. Facts. If you guys agree with Frozen, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree with Frozen, then give me a thumbs down. And shout out to Frozen, man. He just bought y'all lunch, so make sure y'all know what to do.
In Springfield, they're eating.
Push me, ain't Donald Trump trying to grab him by the. Said it was some Haitians somewhere out in Springfield. Women doing cartwheels.
Have you seen Garfield?
Have you seen Snowball? This about to snowball. I'm about to go off. I can't let this go on. Miss me like an airball. Tell me when my cat is cough it up like a hairball. I gotta tell them if they even put the fingernail on Santa's little helper to turn them to hamburger helper. Somebody better help them, cause I'm going to jail for showing them fellas helter skelter. Usually I'm content, but if you touch my dog, then I'm turning into John Wick. I'm lit. Bird better drop it. If you touch my pet, then I'm pulling up like CrossFit. Hello Kitty, but it ain't there. It's right here in your city. When I turn my back, now the cat goes missing and where my peoples is at. Does anybody know where he took with that? Cause I heard they putting claws on felines, I'm mad. And my cat disappeared just like Felix the cat. And got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat. Got paid back. Thought she was a goner, but the cat came back. If you ain't a pussy cat, say drop that cat. Drop that cat. Drop that cat.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat.
Drop that cat.
Definitely appreciate you. And Frozen says, I left out, been taught. It's all good, bro. It's all good, bro. We got you. We got you. Frozen pulling out them 2017 Bitcoins for the super chat. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, bro. Bitcoin spot ETF. I'm sorry, Bitcoin spot exchange supply has seen a sharp plunge recently. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Is any of this being reflected in the prices that we're seeing? I don't think that any of this is being reflected in the prices that we're seeing. At what point do you all think that the price will reflect this? Let me know what you guys think. In a new post on X, analyst Willie Wu has discussed about the trend in the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory. This metric keeps track of the total amount of the cryptocurrencies that's sitting in the wallets of centralized spot exchanges. Okay. This part of the exchange supply refers to the actual tokens of the asset that exist on the blockchain. The exchange supply that doesn't actually involve users to own Bitcoin, as is the case with derivative products known as quote unquote paper Bitcoin. Okay. When the spot exchange inventory rises, it means the investors are depositing a net number of coins into the wallets associated with these platforms. As one of the main reasons why holders might transfer their Bitcoin to exchanges is for selling related purposes, such a trend can have a bearish impact on the asset's price. On the other hand, the indicator going down implies the exchange outflows are outweighing exchange inflows. Now, again, if the exchange inflows are outweighing exchange outflows, what does that mean is happening? What does that mean is happening? What that means is that the supply is being depleted on the exchanges, which means that the exchanges have less to sell. If the exchanges have less to sell, then what? Now, mind you, all of this is happening, right, before the Bitcoin strategic reserve. Investors usually take their coins off into self-custody when they plan to hold onto the long term. So this kind of trend can be bullish for cryptocurrency. Now, here's a chart that shows the trend in the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory over the last couple years. Look at that. Look at that straight line down there. You see, once that price got to those all-time highs, everybody was like, whoo, I'm taking my stuff off the exchange. So I guess the question would then be, what's the real story with the supply? What's the real story with the Bitcoin supply? As displayed in the above graph, the Bitcoin spot exchange inventory saw a large plunge around the time of the FTX collapse back in November of 2022. This suggests a large movement of coins occurred out of these platforms as the assets bear market reached its bottom. Following this plummet, the indicator started a phase of consolidation that lasted for the entirety of 2023 and most of 2024. The trend finally broke in the last couple of months of 2024 when the metric registered a sharp crash. These outflows came alongside Bitcoin's exploration of all-time highs, implying the accumulation from the investors might have played a role in the run. In total, 240,000 Bitcoin exited the exchange-related wallets during this plunge. Okay, so they knew what time it was. They knew what time it was. They knew that crash was an opportunity. They scooped them all up, and then they took them off the exchange. Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, let me see something real quick. Hold on, I want to look at something. All right, so we're going to take a look at this real quick. Bitcoin shock. All right, so we keep hearing two things. It's like it's like you got contrarians, and then you got people that are just telling everybody what they want to hear. I don't care about none of it. I just want to be positioned to where I can capitalize. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be positioned to where I can capitalize. All right. So this is talking about the Bitcoin shock. Here's what you need to know before the next few weeks. All right. We're booming. Bitcoin's price continues trading above $100,000, which can't be bad, right? Well, there are a couple of things that are interesting and worthy of mention in today's newsletter. In this bit, we will focus on the impending supply shock that may lie ahead for Bitcoin. See, it's now it's starting to get talked about. Now people are going to start getting scared. Now people are going to start panic buying. Once this starts to circulate, once the price starts reflecting the news, it's going to get really interesting. The supply shock coming right at the time when super buyers like countries are saying, we're going to start buying. We're going to start buying right during the supply shock. Let me ask you guys this question. If they announced the strategic Bitcoin reserve during this existing supply shock, what happens next? You guys give me step by step in the comment section what is going to happen next. US-based Bitcoin ETFs acquired approximately 51,500 Bitcoin last month, nearly 3 times the amount mined during the same period. Like I said, when people start buying more than what's produced, that shows everything is already bought. Like everything is already bought. If they're buying 3 times more than what was mined, what that shows is that Bitcoin is 3 times behind with the demand. So that means that in addition to this 51 51,500. 3 times 51,500 is already bought. What's that going to do to the price? This significant demand, driven by market momentum and Bitcoin's mid-December peak of over $108,000, created a supply imbalance. Okay. Major miners like Mara Holdings, and I told people check out this stock. Let me ask, how many of y'all checked out that Mara stock? If you guys checked out the Mara stock, give me a thumbs up. If you guys didn't, give me a thumbs down. Ern says you still mad. You're still here? Let's take a vote. Does he breathe or does he stop? Which one? I'll let you guys vote and decide, and whatever you vote, that's what you guys do. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, people and countries will scramble and flood the networks. Yeah, they might. They might not even be able to, though, because at that point, it'll be China buying, Russia buying, United States buying, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy still buying. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how it plays. We got somebody in the chat that knows everything, so maybe he can give us some insight, because he said that we don't know anything. He also said that we don't talk about crypto, yet he's here as we're talking about crypto. So I'm going to let y'all figure out what y'all want to do. I'll let y'all figure out what y'all want to do. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Brooklyn Queen said, not yesterday, not today, nor tomorrow. Earn that. Well, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Earn, learn, you know. Analysts warn of a potential supply shock as exchange reserves hit record lows. And I mean, you know, I don't know why they're calling it a supply shock. The way that Bitcoin is engineered, it's always actually in a constant supply shock, right? But it's just being noticed now. Well, shout out to Fantizzi. Fantizzi said, Earn is out of here. That's too bad. It's too bad. People should learn how to act like civilized human beings and behave themselves. And maybe they'll be able to stick around and be welcome. But when people don't want you around, you just can't keep barging in places. Somebody's destined to kick you out. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't get taught those lessons, I guess. Meanwhile, nearly $2 billion was invested in these ETFs on January 3rd and January 6th. The companies leading the pack in 2025 are Fidelity and BlackRock, somewhat not surprisingly. This strong start contrasts with a relatively weak end to 2024, where 6 of the last 8 trading days saw more outflows than inflows in Bitcoin ETFs. Coupled with the approaching inauguration date of Donald Trump, make sure to keep your hat steady because we're in for a wild ride. Now, again, I'm just curious, like, where do you guys think that this wild ride is going to take us? Where do you guys see this wild ride taking us? The price guesses, Brooklyn Queen said 150,000 on inauguration. I'm saying possibly 125. End of the year predictions are staggering. But I'll tell you what will actually skyrocket those end of the year predictions is if you have the supply shock and the Bitcoin strategic reserve race happening all at the same time. Those factors together it'll show numbers that we have never seen before. It'll show numbers that we've never seen before. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it. I can't wait. This is going to be historic. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be interesting. So now here says the last 2 Mondays were massively different in terms of Bitcoin price actions. On December 30th, the cryptocurrency plunged from $94,000 to a monthly low of $91,300. However, it recovered a lot of ground in the following days, especially since the start of the new year. It managed to challenge $100,000 on a couple of occasions since January 4th, but ultimately failed and was pushed south by a few grand. However, that changed yesterday as the bulls took complete control of the market and initiated an impressive leg up that resulted in Bitcoin breaking past $100,000 for the first time since December 19th. The asset kept climbing in the early Tuesday morning Asian hours and jumped to an 18-day peak of $102,700 on Bitstamp amid the massive Bitcoin ETF outflows. However, it failed to maintain its run and has retraced by about $1,000 since then. Nevertheless, Bitcoin is more than 2.5% up on the day, and its market cap has soared to over $2 trillion once again. Its dominance over the alts has also increased to 53.8 on CoinGlass. So you guys know that when it comes to the altcoins, it's allegedly officially alt season when altcoins have dominance over Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin is still maintaining that dominance. So now they're talking about altcoins, and Bitcoin is stealing all the shine, but I don't know if anybody has heard any of these altcoin predictions, but these altcoin predictions are wild. These altcoin predictions are wild. Most altcoins have charted gains over the past day. XRP, Doge, and Tron have added similar percentages as Bitcoin and now trade close to $2.45, 39 cents at 40 cents, and 27 cents respectively. Cardano's native token has jumped by 5% and now sits around $1.13 amid predictions about future price rallies. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people have heard any predictions about Cardano's quote-unquote future price rally? They got a little article here from Crypto Potato that goes over it. I don't think it'd be a bad idea to look at. And the reason why is because these are two of the ones that are allegedly going to be tax exempt, or they're going to get some type of special tax privilege. Now, if the Trump administration gives XRP, HBAR, Cardano, and I forget the other one, Ripple, if it gives all of them special tax privileges, do you all think that that's going to have an effect on the price? If you all think that it's going to have an effect on the price, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't, give me a thumbs down. Yeah, facts. Shout out to AB. AB says Bitcoin is undervalued and is going to do that thing you said, Rob, shoot up exponentially. Yeah, I believe so. I definitely believe so. It's going to be wild to watch. I'm going to be more entertained by my, by my crypto.com app and by by Coinbase than I am like with anything else that's going on. Because this is just very interesting to watch. Very interesting to see. Historic times. Yet again, you know what I'm saying, during our lifetime, you know. Cardano's native token has jumped by 5% and now sits at around $1.13 amid predictions about future price rallies. HBAR has added almost 7% of value and trades well above 3 cents. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people hold Cardano and HBAR? If you guys hold Cardano and HBAR, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. The cumulative market capitalization of all crypto assets has added approximately $100 billion in a day. The metric is up to 3.75 trillion after bottoming beneath 3.4 trillion last week. So as this crypto market cap increases, each price will increase. All right. So what do you guys think about that? I thought that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. All right. So now what they're saying, is that there's an anticipation of a 2025 super cycle. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Yeah, I gotta agree. Win Loser Rug said tax policies would be astronomically beneficial. Facts. They'd be astronomically beneficial for, you know, paying lower taxes, and they'd be astronomically beneficial for our pockets. They'd be astronomically beneficial for our pockets, right? So, what you need to know about the super cycle? How many people are excited for the super cycle? I'll tell you what, I am. I'm excited. I just like. People could tell me about sports, you know what I'm saying? People could tell me about some social media stuff going on. I'm not. I don't know about none of that. I don't know about nothing that's going on. This is the only thing I know about right now. I'm total tunnel vision on this. You know what I'm saying? Anticipating a 2025 super cycle. Bitcoin rallies with Trump. Regulatory reforms on the horizon. So again, like I said, when it comes to a political W, this is what the political W looks like. Who won the election? Bitcoin. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Who won the election? Bitcoin won the election. Like I said, Bitcoin would. But if you say it, but showing the evidence of that and saying that with the simpletons on YouTube gets you called a Trump supporter, get you called MAGA. Hey, whatever, man. Following this stuff and making the appropriate moves during the right time gets you called a millionaire or get you called a whale. So, you know. Bitcoin has surpassed the $100,000 threshold for the first time in 2 weeks, supported by revived momentum after the expected confirmation of Donald Trump's U.S. election win by Congress this week. So what's interesting is that we can see there's already building a correlation with Bitcoin reacting to Trump. How many people have noticed that? If you guys noticed that, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't notice that, then give me a thumbs down. Yeah, shout out to Win Loser Rug. Facts. Crypto, AI, and tech won the election. Yeah. Just like we said that they would. Just like we said that they would. Because politics is the vehicle for business. And the people that don't know how to do business and the people that don't do business right thoroughly inside out expose themselves in the way that they dealt with the election content. If you ask me. Everybody's talking about pay to play, but nobody wants to pay to play. This is pay to play. You know what I'm saying? According to Bloomberg data, the market's leading cryptocurrency climbed over 4% in a 24-hour time frame to hit $102,500 on Monday, recording a weekly rise of 11%, its highest surge since November 24th. Okay. Bitcoin's performance in 2024 encountered a deceleration in late December as investors aimed to secure their gains. Nonetheless, enthusiasm for a pro-crypto government under Trump has rekindled interest, propelling Bitcoin to a record peak of $108,000. Okay. As Congress prepares to assemble to certify Trump's win, market sentiment appears optimistic. Khushbu Kular, a venture partner at Lightning Ventures that invests in Bitcoin-related companies, stated a super cycle in 2025 is expected due to regulatory changes from the Trump administration. Now, mind you, they're only talking about regulatory changes. They're not even talking about all of the non-associated issues. Shout out to Carlton. Carlton said, what won the election? Bitcoin, tech, AI. You know what I'm saying? How many people would agree? Bitcoin, tech, and AI won the election. It swept, took all the W's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I said, now it's time. This is how you start building the value chain. Now you pay attention and capitalize on all of this. When somebody drops money, you come through, scoop it up. They drop money, come through, scoop it up. We about to be super scoopers. We about to be super scoopers. Oh, man. A notable surge of investment in Bitcoin exchange-traded funds has also fueled this momentum. On Friday, investors funneled a net of $908 million into U.S. Bitcoin ETFs. I mean, just look at you guys. Every time we talk about these massive amounts of money that get put into the Bitcoin ETFs, you got to ask yourself the question, how does it not ever get detected on the charts? Like, how does the chart never reflect it? Somebody make it make sense. And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed the like button, please do me a favor, take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Yeah, facts. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker says, hashtag tangibles for real. Facts. This putting on a clinic about getting tangibles. They got all these tangibles, not one picket sign. Not one picket sign. I would go as far as to say, there's a mathematical relationship between the amount of picket signs that you use and the amount of tangibles that you don't get, right? I mean, I would go as far as to say that. In 2024. Right? Because there wasn't one picket sign involved in none of this. You know what I'm saying? Pay to play. Speaking of which, you know what I'm saying, all the dough we trying to raise, let me ask you guys this question. Any of them folks knocked at your house yet? Knocked at your door? Anybody pulled up? Let me see a Coinbase. Let me see a crypto.com. Let me see a wallet. Come sit in the back of this car and come talk to me. Any of that happened yet? You come back home and your house was on fire yet? Clearly not. Y'all still here in the chat. Sometimes I'll be wondering if somebody snatched y'all up in the chat, though, because y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all be getting kind of quiet. But aside from that, though, I think everybody's safe. Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions said here. Nope. Right. Right. Shout out to Kareem. What's good with you, bro? Yo, shout out to everybody. I appreciate y'all, man. If y'all haven't hit that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment and smash that like button. Also, if you haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. So it says this signaled the 5th highest inflow since they were launched in January of 2024, following a historic net outflow of $680 million on December 19th. Another positive indicator for Bitcoin traders is the rebound of the Bitcoin Coinbase Premium, which gauges the price variance between Bitcoin on Coinbase and Binance. Following its lowest point since Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX fell in 2022, the premium has recovered, indicating a rising demand for Bitcoin among U.S. investors. Okay. Joe McCann, the CEO of Asymmetric, a crypto hedge fund located in Miami, pointed out that ETF issuers mainly transact with Coinbase, which implies that the demand for ETFs can affect the premium or discount rates. So now there's scrutiny, right? There's scrutiny for the key support levels. Okay, I'm looking at this one down here, and they're talking about Litecoin is eyeing $400. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. I ain't mad at it. Here in multitasking. Facts. Facts. I ain't mad at it. Do your thing. Do your thing. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? As the market looks toward 2025, Bloomberg highlights that Bitcoin's path will significantly rely on Trump's dedication to his crypto-related pledges, encompassing a national Bitcoin reserve. Okay. Nonetheless, doubts persist about the longevity of the ongoing rally. A recent MLIV Pulse survey revealed that 39% of participants viewed Bitcoin as the investment most prone to becoming a loser in 2025, the highest share of all choices. Regarding technical analysis, market maker more crypto on L pointed out that Bitcoin has formed a more distinct 5-wave pattern with a bearish outcome that is still feasible if specific support levels are violated. All right, so this is what we're talking about here. At present, wave 2 is required to maintain support, while wave 1 is technically finished, but it is anticipated to reach a minimum of $100,800. Crucial support zones have been pinpointed between 93,144 and 96,554, which might be examined after wave 1 validates its peak. Concerning Bitcoin ETFs, Glassnode asserts that the purchasing trend continues to be robust, owing to seasonal influences. With Inauguration Day nearing, the market analyst firm expects a higher purchasing activity from traditional finance investors, potentially impacting Bitcoin price movements further. Okay. At the time of writing, Bitcoin has slipped back towards 101,888 level, but it is still making significant gains on all time frames. Okay. So pretty interesting. We're hearing the same story. We're going to get two different Bitcoins. We're going to get exactly what we like. We're going to get between a $60,000 and $80,000 Bitcoin, and we're going to get a $100,000 Bitcoin. We're going to get both. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that, right? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Definitely appreciate you, man. Look at us getting towards them goals, man. Definitely appreciate it. Please make sure you guys show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, some radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen for funding the organization.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Definitely appreciate it. Yo, shout out to Kareem. Make sure y'all throw some flames in the chat for Kareem. Kareem said, I just started my Bitcoin procurement plan. That's what's good, bro. Like I said, man, I believe that everyone should have a strategic cryptocurrency reserve. I believed this before the United States decided to start doing it. You know what I should have did? I should have got that Litecoin article because I want to read that. I want to read why they believe Litecoin is moving towards a I want to see why they think Litecoin is moving towards $400. So, like, just all the headlines is all the same stuff. Everybody's saying that Bitcoin is headed towards a super cycle, or Bitcoin is headed towards, that period of bear market. So, let me see something. $138,000. Another prediction. Okay. Here's another prediction for you. $138,000. What do you guys think about that one? Bitcoin traders target $138,000 Bitcoin price after Coinbase Premium hits quote unquote break even point. So again, this is based on, they're talking about activity on Coinbase for Bitcoin buying. Okay. The return of the Bitcoin Coinbase Premium could be a sign that Bitcoin price is on the path to $138,000. Okay. See, now look at this. Bitcoin gurus see this Bitcoin price level hitting next as $100,000 holds. See, so I mean, again, like, you're getting a lot of the same things. You're getting a lot of the same things. Bitcoin's price is up 8.5% in 2025, with the collective crypto market turning bullish ahead of President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration on January 20th. Okay. With Bitcoin breaking past $100,000, yet again, multiple analysts presented new all-time high targets for the largest crypto asset in the coming days. Okay. Bitcoin could hit $138,000 in February. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people think that it's likely that Bitcoin will see $138,000 in February? If you all think that we're going to see $138,000 in February, give me a thumbs up. If you don't think that we're going to see $138,000 in February, then give me a thumbs down. Let me know what you guys think. Bitcoin closed a daily candle above $100,000 for the first time on December 8th, but then it has been above the six-figure level for only 6 days. A daily close above $100,000 will be a pivotal turn, and Posty, a crypto trader, said that Bitcoin's current price action reflects its bullish rally from Q1 of 2021. After considering laws of diminishing returns over a period of 4 years, the trader believed that if Bitcoin continued to follow its previous cycle pattern, Bitcoin would be valued at around $138,000 in February. Okay. Meanwhile, Crypto Chimpanzees, a Bitcoin proponent, believed that Bitcoin's monthly chart illustrated a nasty setup from its previous bull run. If we follow a similar path, the price of Bitcoin can go as high as $200,000. Additionally, Axel Adler Jr. highlighted that 90% of the total Bitcoin supply is currently in profit. The Bitcoin researcher explained that unless there is a black swan in the current cycle, Bitcoin drawdowns could be minimum and emulate its 2017 bull run. Okay. Rather than 2021, when China's Bitcoin mining ban momentarily halted the rally, Bitcoin's Coinbase premium is at break-even point. So we just talked about this Bitcoin Coinbase premium, right? So I don't think we need to read that, and that's the end of that. That's the end of that, right? So again, like, all of these indicators are saying very similar things. They're all saying very similar things. Now, let's check this out about XRP and Cardano. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Which do you think is going to have the better year? XRP or Cardano? And I mean, you know, hopefully you're holding both, so you get the benefit from both. But who do you think is going to have a better year? I think this might be Ripple's year. I think that this might be Ripple's year. Ripple's XRP and Cardano ADA, which will have a better 2025? Chat GPT answers. What do you guys think the Chat GPT said? What do y'all think the Chat GPT said? Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Win Loser Rug said, I see Bitcoin ranging between 91.6 thousand and 102,000 until we get the breakout to either side. So, you know, we got to try to hit that 91.6K as much as possible. Got to try to be looking for that. Got to try to look for that 91.6K. We cheap out here, right? We cheap out here. We try to hit that 96 or that 91.6. You know what I'm saying? Michael Saylor said he gonna buy at the top all the time. He can do that. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, he could do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hit that 91.6 real quick. Cardano's ADA and Ripple's XRP posted notable gains after the U.S. elections in November, with analysts and experts expecting similar or even more impressive performances in 2025. But which has the chance to do better? Here's ChatGPT's answer. Why ADA and XRP? The answer to this question lies in the companies behind the tokens and their headquarters, as both are based in the United States. Ripple's CEO previously said that U.S.-based crypto projects benefited the most from Donald Trump's victory in the U.S. elections, as the SEC under Gary Gensler and the Biden administration had openly and consistently suppressed such local businesses. Okay. This is all due to change. Gensler will depart in a few weeks when Trump re-enters the White House. Additionally, the 119th U.S. Congress was just sworn in, which Garlinghouse described as the most pro-crypto Congress in history. Consequently, both Ripple and Cardano, as well as their underlying assets, could indeed continue to benefit under a more friendly administration and clearer regulation. ADA and XRP charted triple-digit gains within weeks after the November elections, both skyrocketing to multi-year peaks. However, neither managed to break their previous all-time high, which leaves room for growth. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many, besides Bitcoin, what other cryptocurrencies have recently hit an all-time high or have broken their all-time high? Does anybody know? Anybody know? Somebody let me know. ChatGPT said Cardano has focused, or ChatGPT said Cardano has mostly focused on DeFi and blockchain innovation, which positions it for significant growth, with some predictions envisioning a new all-time high in 2025 of over $3. All right. So do you all remember we were talking about the all of the money going into DeFi? They keep saying that DeFi, they keep saying that DeFi is going to just blow up. DeFi is going to just exponentially grow. Shout out to DSB. What's good with it, bro? At the same time, Ripple's strengths lie in XRP utilities and cross-border payments and the recent RLUSD stablecoin launch. Both companies have made some notable partnerships in the past year or so, with Cardano focusing on rising adoption in struggling regions like Africa and South America, while Ripple continues with its collaborations with financial giants such as SBI Holdings. Okay. The challenges for XRP include the highly competitive cross-border market, such as Swift and other blockchain-based solutions. On the other hand, Cardano's competition in the DeFi is quite substantial, with the presence of more established alternatives like Ethereum and some with growing market share, such as Solana. Additionally, Cardano has been criticized for its slow development pace, noted ChatGPT. In conclusion, the AI-driven chatbot said both have substantial room for growth, but perhaps have different purposes in investors' portfolio. If the market adoption and sentiment are primarily the drivers of 2025, Cardano might have higher potential for explosive growth due to its focus on DeFi, scalability, and global projects. Ripple XRP might see steady, consistent growth driven by institutional adoption and regulatory clarity. Okay. So I'm not surprised the artificial intelligence didn't give an answer. But they gave you some good information in that article. Gave you stuff to think about, right? Gave you some stuff to think about, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about some of these price predictions. Here's what Michael Saylor said. Here is what Michael Saylor said. And shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit that bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. And also, please share the stream to your social media. All right. Michael Saylor ups Bitcoin price forecast to $13 million in mega bullish keynote in Bitcoin 2024. Okay. Triple Maxi Bitcoin bulls could earn a net worth of $214 million by 2045, Saylor said. Okay. Michael Saylor, the outspoken co-founder of business intelligence company MicroStrategies, predicted that Bitcoin would reach 13 million per coin by 2045 during a mega bullish keynote speech on July 26th at the Bitcoin 2024 conference. Now, let me ask you guys this question. How many people believe that? How many people agree with Michael Saylor that that is a viable price prediction for 2045? That's 20 years from now. Shout out to John Guillory. What's good with it, bro? You guys are going to laugh when I say this. You guys are going to laugh when I say this. I think that's conservative. I think that's conservative, man. I think that's conservative. They're talking $1 million is in the price discussions for the end of this year. Every Bitcoin coming off the mine is already bought 3 times over already. The volume of Bitcoin on the exchanges is going down. I think that's conservative, man. They're talking about there could be God candles and Omega candles. God candles and Omega candles are daily fluctuations of $10,000 to $100,000 as the fluctuation volatility. There's no way you're going to have that type of volatility. And if it's at the end of the year, $1 million, it takes 20 years to get to 13 million. Nah, we're going to see like hyper accelerant. Dude, it's going to be like warp speed. I think, honestly, it's just I think he kind of like skipped a whole bunch of decimal places for real. I think that it could be 13 billion by 2024. They're not even considering the supply constraints, the supply shocks. They're not considering any of that stuff. Maybe he did. Maybe Michael Saylor did in his model. I don't know. I can't say that with 100% certainty that he just didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see it's got to. I think that Michael Saylor knows it could be higher, but I think that saying it could be $13 billion within our lifetime, for most people, that's just too much. Like everything's just completely shut down. Yeah, see, look, shout out to John Guillory. John Guillory said, Fidelity analyst said 1 billion by 2038. Yeah, see, so even that is conservative compared to my projection, but that's more in line with my projection. Yeah, shout out to AB. AB said that's what I was referring to, the God candle, the Omega candle. Yeah. That's when you're going to see Bitcoin at such a high value. It has daily fluctuations of $10,000 to $100,000. Shout out to my portfolio, man. I'll be watching my portfolio. My portfolio be having daily fluctuations of what my old portfolio balance used to be. You know what I'm saying? I can't tell y'all how, like, and I know a lot of y'all, shout out to y'all, a lot of y'all in here are also experiencing that. It's got to look crazy when you look at your portfolio on January 7th of 2024 and you see the percentage increase and the dollar amount go up and down the same amount that your balance used to be. That's gotta motivate you, man. Like, even if it's a loss, that gotta motivate you. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all be motivated when y'all see that? I mean, like, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the market is down like 0.45%, and my portfolio is down $2,300. I remember when my portfolio was $2,300. That gotta make you feel some type of way. Did that make you feel some type of way? Oh man. Sometimes I just sit there and I just be watching it. I'd be like, yo, that's crazy. I remember where we started at, man. And now where we started at is what is jumping up and down. It ain't no Omega candle, it ain't no God candle, but that is something that right there. That's what I'm saying. That's proof of work. That's something that we did. We've been working on it. We've been talking about this on and off. We've been, you know what I'm saying, having discussions in the Discord. Look where we at. We're at the point where we've built up so much value that the daily fluctuations of our value are what we started with. That's an accomplishment, man. That's an accomplishment. I don't know very many other YouTube communities that have a group of dedicated followers that can say that. Over the last year and a half, last 2 years, we built up our value so much that what we started with is what our daily fluctuations are now. I don't know too many people that can say that. Sometimes I'll look like stuff would be down like 5%, and I'll look at how much in the dollar amount it's down, and I just kind of laugh because the balance is so high. But like I laugh and I'm just like, that would, if this was if this was like 2 years ago, this would have wiped out my entire portfolio. Now it's just a 5% loss. And why am I saying that? I'm saying that to say this. Never let anyone tell you that you can't do anything. Believing when someone tells you you can't do it is the first barrier to not being able to do it. Anytime somebody tells me, "Oh, you can't do it," I just think to myself, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to show you 3 times over that I'm going to do it and make it look easy. Never let anybody do that. You can't build wealth. People will tell you can't build wealth. We just built wealth. We just built wealth. Not with a company. Not with supercomputers. Not with a formal office. Shout out to Carlton. Shout out to Carlton Way. Throw 250 in the chat and put them rockets in the chat. Y'all see that? Carlton said, my portfolio has grown over 250% from last year at this time. $250%. 2.5%. That's 2.5 times what Carlton started with. Now, here's the, okay. I want you guys to understand where I'm coming from. Listen here, hear me closely. We're coming into this year, starting the year with a bag, right? Everybody got a decent bag. I know everybody show their family their portfolio, like, yo, look what I've been doing and shit. They're like, yo, how you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, now, multiply 2.5 times what your current portfolio value is. Multiply 2.5 times what your current portfolio is. At the bare minimum, that's what your portfolio should be on December 31st, at the bare minimum. How crazy is that? Now think about this. Why would it not be? If you don't invest any more money, if you don't touch anything, if you don't do anything, if you don't put any more cash into it, if you just let it sit there, at the bare minimum, it should be 2.5 times the value today, December 31st, 2025. But we're going to be consistently investing. We're going to be trading. We're going to be, you know what I'm saying, buying lows. Experience curve. We got a whole year of experience curve. So now let me ask you guys this. Let's just say, for instance, you just didn't do anything. How many people would be ecstatic with a 250% increase on their current balance? If you guys would, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would not, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to AB Promotions. AB Promotions said going up and down a couple $1,000s daily is normal. That's the new norm, baby. That's the new norm, baby. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lloyd Scott 9. Lloyd Scott 9 said that's more than most people make in a year from my vantage, just at 2.5. Yeah. I mean, we keeping up with inflation. We're doing every single thing right. Shout out to Carlton Way. Carlton Way said, by the way, there's a little discount sale going on. They always hit me between paychecks. They always hit me between paychecks, bro. That's why I got these goals adjusted the way that I be adjusting them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be adjusting these goals the way I be adjusting them, man. Somebody shoot your boy some Bitcoin. Shoot me a little bit of Bitcoin. Shoot me a little bit of Bitcoin on the Cash App, man. Help your boy out, man. Give me that deep discount. I swear I'll make it back to y'all. If you buy me some Bitcoin on what did that dude on Popeye used to say? If you buy me some Bitcoin on Wednesday, I'll pay you back on Thursday or some shit. If you buy me some Bitcoin today, I'll pay you back with a cheeseburger tomorrow. What was his name? Blimpy or something like that? What was old boy name? If you buy me some Bitcoin today, I'll pay you back with a cheeseburger on Wednesday. Oh, man, that's hilarious, man. Wimpy, yeah, that's his name, Wimpy. Wimpy. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Shout out to Frozen. Frozen said my portfolio increase since November was equivalent to my salary back in 2004. Facts. And that's because y'all don't know Frozen, like Frozen is like an old, see, like it's like layers of cryptocurrency investors now, right? And like me and Frozen is like that old era of cryptocurrencies. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we got whole Ethereums. You know what I'm saying? Like we was hitting up Tron with the Lamborghinis. We was getting Verge and all that. You know what I'm saying? See a coin and all that. You know, we was the old Ripple people back when Ripple was 25 cents a pop. Cardano, Stellar Lumens. People was crashing out on Bitcoin Cash. You know what I'm saying? So Frozen got them old coins. Listen, I don't know if y'all know. I'm really irritated, man. There's so many coins that I used to, man, like I'm so irritated with Coinbase. Bro, no one talks about these coins anymore, right? But you would be a millionaire today off of some of these coins. I remember I used to scour the internet to try to find where I could buy this token called Digibytes. Because like back in the day when I was looking at Digibytes was like 0.000000000000000000001 of a dollar, right? Now Digibytes is like a penny. Dude, I used to have like massive Digibytes, but then when Yobit started acting stupid, and when Binance had got shut down the first time, you had to sell all that stuff and put it on Coinbase because it wasn't no other exchanges except for Yobit. And like I said, Yobit is crazy. Man, I don't know if any old school crypto people in here besides Frozen, but anybody that ever ran into Yobit, man, like Yobit, bro, they grimy. They more grimy. They more grimy than crypto.com with turning off my keyboard. At least I could copy and paste and still talk crap. You know what I'm saying? Yo bitch straight up. Just my money is still in the wallet. It's still there. You can still see it. Matter of fact, I should show it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? I should show it to y'all. They still got my money over there. I'm saying, but I had to get rid of the digibytes though, and it jumped up to a penny. And I had Dogecoin over there too. Like I used to buy Dogecoin, but like you couldn't send it nowhere. It was only Coinbase, and Coinbase didn't have no other coins. They had a thing where you could watch the Ripple price, but you weren't able to buy Ripple. And then they had Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, and they stole a whole bunch of people's Bitcoin Cash. It's like the new school people don't know about like the Coinbase issues, like with Coinbase stealing your Bitcoin Cash and all that, and Coinbase stealing your Ethereum Classic. Like I was on Coinbase with the Ethereum Classic fork, where I got all the Ethereum Classic fork because I used to have so much Ethereum Classic. Just like reminiscent in crypto, you know what I'm saying? Because they paid you out the Ethereum Classic. That's back when Ethereum Classic was like $5. It was $5 a token. They paid you the Ethereum Classic and put it right on the exchange, and all you could do was see your value, but you couldn't do anything with it though. It took like a year for you to be able to do something with it. Now, hold on real quick. Let me I'm about to log in real quick. I hope they don't ask me for a whole bunch of nonsense because I don't feel like doing all this right now. Hold on. Real quick, shout out to everybody watching. I appreciate you guys. If you all have not smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell, and also please share the stream to your social media. Now, look at this. I'm about to show y'all this, man. I'm about to show y'all this. And this, I'm not trying to be funny, man, but this is one of the reasons, man, this is one of the reasons why crypto.com, man, don't play with me with my money. You know what I'm saying? Look at this shit right here. You see that? You see I'm logged in, right? Now you see that? You see my balance right there? Balance, estimated equivalent, 0.07 Bitcoin, right? So that's $7,000. Now, if you see all these right here, all this is stuck in reserved in orders. And they won't complete the order. So this shit just stuck. I'm trying to move this shit off the exchange, and it's reserved in orders. You know what I'm saying? Dice, estimated Bitcoin 0.07. Dime, estimated Bitcoin 0.008. This is $7,800 right here between these two. Carbon, this is another $100 right here. I can't even get this one. This is $10 in Bitcoin. And I don't know how Yobit. I don't know how Yobit is still even I don't know how like they still are a thing. I don't know how they're even still functioning, this shit they be doing to people. Because if you pay attention to this chat on the side, these people in the chat always like, yo, my money is stuck on here. I can't get it off. See, look, here goes some people right here. It says 15 RUR for 700,000 dice. What are they worth now? It's an old coin. It's an old coin because when people start selling it, they locked it up. People been trying to get rid of this shit for like the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, it says this is calculated at 1 Satoshi per dice. But no one will buy in Bitcoin market. I noticed, because you can buy way cheaper in your market. So close your Bitcoin order and open one in our UR market or sell right away. Dice was launched in 2020. Don't remember if it was an airdrop. but 15 RUR is nothing. I don't even know how to close the order. Reserved in orders. How the hell you close the order? You know what I'm saying? Then when you go talk, when you talk to the customer service, here go to support, right? Look at this. Hold on, because they keep it. Yeah, look. Look at this. You see this? Since 2022, they keep track of this shit. I've been trying to get my account straightened out since this date. What's going on? I'm trying to exchange my Dice and Dime coin for Ethereum, and it's been stuck in transition for months. What's going on? 8/21/2022 is months later, and my Dice is still stuck in transition. This is back when 0.007 Bitcoin was $700. Now it's $7,000. I need it converted to Ethereum or Bitcoin so I can move it off the exchange. I'm still waiting for my transactions that are waiting to be put through. Can you help with this? I need to sell my Dice coin and transfer it to another wallet. I've been waiting for Dime and Dice to sell for days now. What's taking them so long? The first message on this was from 6/4/2022. And then they say, if the problem is not solved, what kind of compensation would you like to get from the insurance fund? All right, I put the amount right there. It's 0.07 Bitcoin. Nobody answered me. I never got no response for none of this shit. I never got no response for any of that. That's $7,800, man. You know what I'm saying? That's $7,800. I need that, son. I need that, son. You know? Oh, man. Anyway, I'll never get to my $13 million if I can't get my $7,800. Now I got the $7,800 missing. You know what I'm saying? Crypto.com done messed up my Polygon wallet. I'm about to cash out, man. Should I cash out, y'all? Should I call it a day? Let me know if I should cash out, if I should call it a day. Oh, man, I live for that shit. That's the shit that gets me going, you know what I'm saying? Saylor's forecast, which upgrades his $10 million estimate in June, is only a base case. It could be a $3 million bear case. It could be a $49 million bull case, according to Saylor, who urged listeners at Nashville, Tennessee, to become the triple maxi Bitcoin bulls. All right, so you see Michael Saylor basically acting as a one-man marketing firm for Bitcoin, right? Because he has a vested interest in jacking up the price. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. Do your thing. Listen, one of these things that we need to understand is that we need to look at MicroStrategies, Michael Saylor, YouTube, all of this stuff going on. These are affiliates that are independently and involuntarily contributing to our cause. If you guys would agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys would disagree, give me a thumbs down. Michael Saylor has the entire world listening to him right now. And he can reach way more people than me. So if Michael Saylor can get the entire world to buy Bitcoin and it increases my Bitcoin holdings to over $1 million, hey, you're not going to hear me complain about that. How many of you all would complain about that? If you would complain about that and you'd be upset about that, then give me a thumbs up in the comment section. If you're not going to complain about that and you would be, you know, looking at your portfolio like, okay, with your neck cranked to the side, okay. If that would be you, then give me a thumbs down. Shout out to Black Free Thinker. Black Free Thinker said, "What are you going to do? Start a Lith reserve fund?" I'm starting a Blacklight Revelations crypto reserve fund. You know what I'm saying? A Blacklight Revelations crypto reserve fund. You know what I'm saying? I got my personal crypto reserve fund, and there's something that I'm going to work on. It's going to be a Blacklight Revelations crypto reserve fund. Y'all going to see it. I have planned on trying to get started with doing what I was going to do with it today, but it was some things that I needed to have gotten done that I didn't realize I needed to have gotten done, and so I wasn't able to do it. But y'all will see, it'll come together. It'll be interesting. I'll tell you like this. Tell you like that, it'll be interesting. You know what I'm saying? MicroStrategies has acquired an additional 11,931 Bitcoin for $786 million using proceeds from convertible notes and excess cash for $65,883 per Bitcoin. As of 6/20/24, MicroStrategies holds 226,331 Bitcoin acquired for $8.33 billion at an average price of 798 Bitcoin. Okay. If you guys haven't smashed the like button yet, please do me a favor. Take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit that bell. Also, please share the stream to your social media. All right. Now, Michael Saylor himself gonna make Bitcoin go to 13 million if he buy them all and he holds the supply constraint. Michael Saylor is going to be in charge of the supply constraint. For Saylor, all physical capital, everything from stocks, bonds to Ferraris and Miami Beach real estate, is subject to the laws of thermodynamics, including entropy or energy's tendency to dissipate over time. Entropy is diluting the value of physical assets. It's sucking the capital, the energy out of them, Saylor explained. It's just interesting. Like, I've never come in contact with anybody who explained it in these terms other than me. And it's just interesting when you see somebody who you've never come in contact with before have a very similar view of this. You know what I'm saying? It's real interesting. Even in a best case scenario, such as the United Kingdom's crown estate, which has been held by the royal family since 1066, physical assets might last 1,000 years, but probably about 50 to 75 years is the best you're going to get, he said. Bitcoin is the exception, he noted. Bitcoin is immortal, immutable, and immaterial. It is the solution to our economic dilemma, according to Saylor, who added that the cryptocurrency is, quote unquote, not in the physical world and has an infinite lifespan, which is true. MicroStrategies is one of the world's largest public holders of Bitcoin. As of June 20th, it held a total of 226,331 Bitcoin, acquired for roughly $8.33 billion at an average price of $36,798 per coin. All right. So I thought that was pretty interesting. $13 million is what Michael Saylor is saying it's going to be. I think that that's a conservative estimate. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it definitely has the potential to go higher. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely got the potential to go higher. All right. Don't move a muscle, please. All right. Don't move a muscle, please. Make sure that you guys stick around through the outro. Let it take you into the next stream. Hit the bell, hit the like, and share the preview window so you get that taken care of already. Make sure you guys show some love and shout out the stream sponsors, all right? Because y'all know, without the stream sponsors, ain't no stream. Shout out to Lehman Lucas. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show Lehman Lucas some love for hitting the super chat again. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
Again!
Shout out to my man Frozen. I appreciate you. And shout out to Brooklyn Queen. All right. Always showing love. Definitely appreciate y'all, man. I really appreciate y'all with the goals. You guys are killing it. We getting close to hitting them goals. We doing good. We doing good. We doing good. We doing big things. You know what I'm saying? We're going to definitely hit not only the goals on the super chats, we're going to hit the end of the year goal. And honestly, if you ask me, I think the end of the year goal is conservative. I actually think that we'll hit the end of the year goal way before the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Way before the end of the year. But the end of the year goal, that'll give us, you know, a little bit of slack if we need it. But I believe that the goal will probably be hit by either second or third quarter, if you ask me. If you want me to be 100% honest, with us doing minimal work. Honestly, I think we'll actually overshoot our goal by a very healthy margin. How many of you guys were shocked when you multiplied 2.5 times your existing balance? Now, after you multiplied 2 times your existing balance and you saw that number, did that make you think, well, wait a minute, that goal that we have for the end of the year is not really that out of reach? Let me know if that opened up your mind to some new possibilities. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
yeah, hey, okay, I'm fresh up out the package. Time I did, I pay my dues. Affiliated to this paper, I need freedom for my family line. Draw my life design up like fine art. I'm jumping out just to unfamiliar coordinates. Hopped off the porch like I could touch the sky. Red, it's not one trip. The ism talk the water out your faucet. Look at me flossing, I'm so wavy, I could change the tide. My intuition sense the hatred in your ways. You imitated forging lines, claim meaning means that's just to justify. Yeah, you're right. West side, born maritime. Creole baby, my bloodline. My lungs clouded, my thoughts crowded. Say all I see is these dollar signs. Finna make a play and that sound delay. On mamas, I testify. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Recognized game, I'm from the Bay, okay, I'm versatile and my slang was different. I'm lane switching with the same people that I came up in this thing with. My head swivel, I'm homebound, got a target back on my backside. The cat peeling with the cast iron, better run for it, run before I catch you. Niggas out ball it, block it, trying to stop my blessing. Gamble with your life, don't bet it, don't bet it. They can't stop my blessing, you do best not to test it. Yeah, you right, real all in my blood supply. To get ball up top, finna make a play. I catch a lob like I'm Jalen, baby. No co-signing, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. If I say it twice, then I meant it right.
My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign. You know, co-signing, no co-pilot. They pen pals, my flow designer. My brain signal out of range with it. My palm mission is a dollar sign.
Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds. Run for it, run for it, run. I'm out here paper chasing, looking for the funds.